Yeah, I must say this, man, to all the Jamaicans that's living in Canada right now. How are you guys doing? How are you guys surviving this place? If you don't notice nothing, like your bills the same, the groceries the same, the mortgage is the same, the house price is the same, you love the weather, then this video is not for you. Just scroll past. But for the other Jamaicans, I'm gonna say this, man. How are you guys doing? Because this place is very draining, very depressing, very mindful. So every day I wake up, I'm like, I don't think I can do 2 more years in this country. I don't think I can do 2 more years here. Like, this place is very draining. And with the immigration, it just make it 20 times worse. 20 times worse. So I'm thinking every day, man, where am I going? When am I going? Is it Ghana? Is it Jamaica?
Hello, my amazing people. Welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. I hope you're all doing amazing today. And let me know how you're doing in the comments. I love hearing from you. And to my returning subscribers, you already know the vibes. And thank you so much for coming back and rocking with me again. And if you're new here, my name is Amy and welcome to the family. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy real conversation, trending topics, and honest reactions. Alright, let's get into it. So listen, a lot of people dream about moving abroad and Canada is usually high on that list. Cold weather but warm opportunities, right? Not quite. Today we are diving into something a little different. Real Jamaicans speaking on their real experiences living in Canada. And spoiler alert, it's not the fairy tale they were promised. And we've been seeing videos all over social media where Jamaicans are sharing what life is actually like up there. And whoa, some of the things they are saying, it's giving, I better go back home. So let's take a look at what they had to say, then I'll be back and we can talk about it in full.
Yo, I couldn't wait to get home to make this video. I've been holding this back for far too long. I want to ask you people a few questions. I want to ask Canadians in particular a few questions. I live here with my family in British Columbia, Canada. The question is, why when my kids go to the playground, why is it that no white children want to play with them? Why is it that all the white children shy away and look weird or make crazy faces as if they're scorning my kids? The other question is, because I know you might be thinking it's just my kid, but why is it that other non-white parents have the same problem? What are you people telling your children? It's obvious it's nothing good. Nothing good about non-white people because it's obvious in the children. And this is why racism will never go away. But you know what? I'm not doing this for sympathy or anything. Actually, I don't need any sympathy from anyone. I'm just saying I lived in a few provinces in Canada and I've seen it many times. Many times. Against me, against my wife. But when it's against my children, that's a different story. And I'm not playing around. My Caribbean people, the ones with the brain, not the ones who are trying to conform, not the ones who are trying to fit in, the ones who understand what's going on. Canada is a very racist country. They act and they say otherwise as if it's not true, but it's true. I've lived it.
May I give you an analogy? Jamaica and Canada have all a way on a Ferris wheel. When me there at Jamaica and me there on the Ferris wheel, me can't catch up every minute me drop off at the Ferris wheel. And when me drop off at the Ferris wheel, me can't go start life because me can't afford to go live on my own. Me can't afford to go buy groceries and car and all of them something there on my own. When me there at Canada, me there on the Ferris wheel. I mean I manage on the Ferris wheel. But I can't come off of the Ferris wheel. I can't stop for a second on the Ferris wheel. Because if I stop for a second on the Ferris wheel, I'm homeless. I'm hungry. That makes sense?
No, this video is not to discourage anybody from coming to Canada. If you feel like Canada is a place that you want to come and live and, start your family, feel free. Don't let this discourage you. But I want to share the realities of Canada. I've been here for the last almost 60 years and Canada has been, it's different. From after COVID, Canada has changed significantly in a number of areas. And I'll speak to some of the areas that I think Canada changed a lot in. When it comes down to taxes, Canada, I think, have one of the highest taxes in the world. So the more money you earn, the more tax you pay in Canada.
The other thing that I noticed in Canada is that after COVID, the price of food went right through the doors. Like literally, you can go to supermarket with 100 Canadian dollar and you come out back with absolutely nothing. Just two, probably, if you get 2 bags with $100, you get a lot. Food over the last 2 years, particularly 3 years, skyrocket high. The cost of living versus what you're getting for your pay, what you're getting for to buy for food, absolutely ridiculous. The other thing is rent. Now, Canada have this. So before COVID, you could get a 2-bedroom for like 1,100 Canadian dollars, $1,200. Now, after COVID, the same apartment, the apartment that I live on, I got my apartment before COVID, so I got in a very comfortable rate for a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, I have some friends who moved from Jamaica, and there are some vacancies on this apartment, and they live here, and they're paying $1,800 for the same 2-bedroom. And when they move, the landlord charging $2,200 for the same 2-bedroom. So rent in Canada, it's very, very, very expensive. When you talk about the healthcare, now Canada have free healthcare because they use the taxes that we pay to provide free healthcare. But when you go to the hospital, it's like it's no different from underdeveloped country where you're waiting hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, like literally waiting for 8 hours. You go to the hospital from 7 a.m. in the morning, you're not getting through, and I kid you not, you're not getting through until around maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. That's when you actually get to see a doctor, because there is a shortage in the healthcare workers. There is no doctor, and you can't go to a private doctor. You can't say, all right, you have your money, so you're going to go to a private doctor. Canada not deal with private doctor. The rich, the poor, everybody goes to one hospital. Furthermore, you can't even get a family doctor. There's a 6 months waiting list to even get a family doctor here in Canada. The other challenge with the reality of Canada is, honestly, Canada boring. Canada boring. There is nothing to do. It's good when you have like your own community, that you can have that level of culture. You know, you have your Jamaican community, you have the other ethnic groups who have their community. Community is big. If you don't have a community in Canada, man, Canada is boring.
You know, it's okay if you pack up from foreign and go back to your yard. It's okay. It's okay if you've migrated and you decide that this is not working out. I am going back to Jamaica. Nothing is wrong with that. And we need to normalize people doing that instead of staying in a foreign country and suffer. It makes no sense for us to stay in a foreign country if we're not doing well. And doing well doesn't necessarily mean that you have a house, you have a car, you have a good job. Doing well also means that you're not coping mentally. You're just not happy. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you're around. You're not happy. Now, the other day, somebody told me that, somebody that we both know, that person decided to go back home. And I said, good for her. Good for her. Because if you're really not happy here, if you're not getting the kind of job that you want, you come to Canada and you just realize it doesn't matter what you try. It doesn't matter what kind of qualifications you have. You've gotten certified here in Canada. You have your qualification from back home in Jamaica. Listen, sometimes we have master's degrees and we can't get a good job over here. If you realize that you're not getting back to the status after 4 years, 5 years, the kind of lifestyle that you used to live in Jamaica, you're not able to do that in Canada or the United States, go back home. A lot of us come here and we leave house, we leave car, we left good jobs. Our kids were in private schools, the best of the best in Jamaica. And we come here and we're just not getting that standard of living. Even though you might have a job, you might, be able to buy a house, but that standard of living that you had in Jamaica, that good job that made you feel like, oh, you're actually meeting your targets and meeting your goals in terms of, your career. You have to start all over from scratch. And sometimes even after 4 or 5 years, you're still not there. Let's normalize saying, you know what? There's no shame in it. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to go back to my home country.
After watching all these videos and hearing so many Jamaicans speak from their lived experience, I've honestly just been sitting with it all, and let me tell you, it's heavy because you can clearly see a lot of people went to Canada with high hopes. They thought they were going to find a better life, more stability, peace of mind, but instead, what many of them are dealing with now is just stress on top of stress. And one of the biggest things I kept hearing over and over again is how expensive everything is. Like the cost of living is on another level. Food, expensive. Rent, even worse. And for most people, your paycheck barely stretches from one end of the month to the other. And they said it really got worse after COVID. That pandemic changed everything. Prices went up, but the quality of life didn't. And let's talk about healthcare. Because one thing I didn't expect to hear was how bad it's gotten. And people are going to the hospital and waiting 8 hours to see a doctor. And it doesn't even matter if you're rich, poor, whatever. The system is overwhelmed and the shortage of healthcare workers is affecting everybody. Now, on top of all that, the loneliness, the boredom, it really shocked me how many people said Canada is actually boring if you don't already have your people around you. And by your people, I mean your cultural community, fellow Jamaicans, other Caribbean folks, or just people who understand your vibe. Because otherwise, it's quiet, it's cold, literally and emotionally. You wake up, you go to work, come back home, no vibes, no energy, no sense of belonging. It's not giving life, it's giving survival. Now, don't get me wrong, Canada has its benefits. There's order, safety, good educational system, and some people are thriving. But I think what this whole conversation has shown us is that so many immigrants, especially Black immigrants, the reality is way more complicated than what social media makes it look like. And a lot of them are now questioning if the trade-off was even worth it. Because yeah, you might be making a bit more money, but at what cost? Your peace? Your community? Your mental health? It just really makes you reflect on what a better life actually means. Now, let me know what you all think. Let's have this conversation because I want to hear from you. And guys, before you go, kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.